Welcome to the fastest motorcycle show, brought to you by Power Nation. I'm Danielle TEAL, and along with my co-host Jon Boucher, we're going to show you how to get the most out of your motorcycle while giving you the first look at the newest parts and the fastest bikes on the market. Have you wondered what your sport bike can really do? Have you been hitting the streets and now you're finally ready to take it to the track? It might be time for you to try a track day with groups like Sport Bike Track Time or N2 Track Days, where the structure and schedule may be different, but the steps you need to prep your motorcycle for the track are the same. Jon Boucher is going to show you 6 quick and easy modifications for your motorcycle that will allow you to take it from the street to the racetrack in less than an hour.
We're going to start with the radiator, so we removed our bottom and right side fairings. You'll need to remove the antifreeze or any type of glycol-based coolant from your radiator and overflow. If someone has a leak or a crash and glycol hits the track, it could shut things down for the rest of the day. Replace your antifreeze with some distilled water and a little water wetter to help keep things cool. Now, this isn't mandatory, but while we're talking about the radiator, I'm going to suggest a Cox Racing radiator guard. You're going to be running at high speeds, and so will the rocks from the bikes in front of you. One hole in your radiator and you're done for the day. All you need is a T25 star hex key. Attach your foam pads and preload the 4 zip ties that are included in the kit. From there, you want to remove the 2 lower radiator bolts, which allow you to pull the oil cooler off of the rubber garment. So this will create space between your radiator and your oil cooler. You're going to insert your Cox Racing radiator guard, put your bolts back in, but don't tighten them all the way down. At the top of the radiator, there are 2 mounts, and this is where you want to attach those zip ties that you preloaded earlier. Once those are attached, you're going to want to make sure that your radiator bolts are all the way in and secure. From there, you can add the oil cooler guard that comes with this kit. Now all you have to do is secure your last 2 zip ties, and you've got one less thing to worry about. Depending on your motorcycle and your need for speed, you could find yourself in excess of 140 miles an hour, which leaves little to no margin for error or distractions. To reduce distractions, a track day organization will require you to tape up your headlight, tail light, and blinkers. This will also help to avoid pieces going all over the track if you happen to go down. For this, you're gonna need a roll of painter's tape, duct tape that matches the color of your bike, and some sort of razor. Start with a layer of painter's tape because it comes off easy and it won't leave any residue on your lights. Once that's down, I'm going to trim the excess. Then add another layer of duct tape that matches the color of your bike. This will give you a better looking motorcycle, which you'll appreciate when you see your on-track photos at the end of the day. Another way to reduce distractions is to remove your mirrors. In this case, it's with the size 10 socket. Frame sliders, spools, and engine covers are not required by most track day companies, but like the radiator guard, they will protect your motorcycle, and it could be the difference between you riding all weekend or having that weekend cut short. Today we're using the WOODCRAFT frame sliders and spools that are made right here in the USA, and the GB Racing engine covers, which come to us from the UK. Most modern motorcycles are pre-drilled for spools. The WOODCRAFT version requires a size 6 hex wrench. Rear spools are going to protect your bike and allow you to use a rear stand, which will come in handy when you're ready to put tire warmers on. You will secure your frame slider with a size 8 hex. Attach the thick hard plastic slider and tighten it down with your size 5 hex wrench. Front fork sliders are also available, and WOODCRAFT has a slick design that uses a 6 hex to tighten it from the inside. Then a hard plastic slider and a drop pin that holds it in place. Make sure you apply your sliders and spools to the right and left side of your motorcycle. To install the GB Racing engine covers, you simply remove the designated engine bolts. On this BMW, I'm using a T30 star hex. Put the engine cover in place, screw the bolts back in, repeat on the other side, and you're done. Here's a quick review. We replaced our antifreeze with water wetter, installed a Cox Racing radiator and oil cooler guard, taped up our lights, removed our mirrors, and then we added WOODCRAFT spools and sliders and GB Racing engine covers.
So what are you waiting for? Get out and ride. We have more two-wheeled action coming your way, so be sure to subscribe to Power Nation on YouTube and tune in this weekend for more Power Nation on TV. Saturday at 8 a.m. on CBS Sports, followed by Sunday at 9 a.m. on Spike for all the Power Nation you can handle. I'm Danielle TEAL, and on behalf of my co-host Jon Boucher, we remind you to keep the rubber side down and the throttle wide open. We'll see you next time on the fastest motorcycle show.